The island, which was once known as the Granary of the East and now called Sri Lanka, was economically and culturally ravaged during the British rule. So much so that rural poverty and the chronic rural indebtedness it spawned spread through the length and breadth of the land like an epidemic. The colonial rulers, as a measure of addressing this problem, introduced cooperative credit societies. It was through these voluntary organizations that the people first encountered formal banking systems. Although embraced enthusiastically, these societies went into decline when state patronage shifted to other cooperatives, and since most of them had not adapted and modernized as per the requirements of changing times. To make things worse, the cooperative department was moving to dissolve most of these societies. Something happened, however, in 1978. Something which arrested this seemingly inexorable move towards oblivion. By this time, the country had experienced a youth uprising that had been violently put down. Many who rejected armed insurrection as a means of resolving social and economic disparities moved into donor-dependent community development programs. One young man recognized the potential of cooperatives to effectively address these problems. P.A. Kirivandeniya breathed life into a dying cooperative movement and transformed it into a vibrant and diversified engine that ensured the security of rural labor and other resources vulnerable to exploitation in a globalized economy. He addressed people and communities, humble in their ways but resolute in the value they attached to community and solidarity. He showed that a different approach could yield a better future. He spoke about thrift and credit. He spoke about cooperative values. He spoke about traditional systems of thrift and insurance. He mobilized the youth as well as the elders, and they built a movement. It was called SANASA, the Sinhala acronym for the Thrift and Credit Cooperative Movement. His biggest challenge was to modernize existing cooperative societies so that they could adapt to a fast-changing economic environment. This was a time when the leadership of such societies and officials of the cooperative department had lost enthusiasm and lacked the drive and innovative ability to turn things around. P.A. Kirivandeniya, who is now known all over Sri Lanka and throughout the global cooperative movement as Kiri, was equal to the task. He introduced a new model not just of cooperatives but of development. This development drive, which began with the rejuvenation of the SANASA society in a small village called Valgama, has passed through several stages. The rejuvenation stage, education and training stage, the stage of streamlining management, and the first 10-year plan as a partner in the national development drive. The very fact that approximately 1 million people have been mobilized in a single movement with a singular vision speaks volumes about the commitment and vision associated with SANASA over almost 40 years. The largely voluntary leadership has succeeded in responding effectively to the numerous challenges over the past several decades and transformed what was initially an idea into a movement, and indeed a brand that is now recognized globally in cooperative circles. Successive governments have factored SANASA into their development strategies, and SANASA, for its part, has never veered from the cooperative principles nor compromised the movement in its dealing with political parties or personalities. The brand gradually moved from village and community into larger and complex markets. Spheres such as banking, insurance, and construction, which were limited to public and private enterprises, began to have a cooperative color, thanks to SANASA. Recognizing the need to minimize waste, improve efficiency, eliminate corruption, and optimize participation, a specially coordinated program was designed and implemented between 2007 and 2016. Focusing on 1,000 cooperative societies. This program covered 5,000 villages across the country and was designed to help achieve national development targets. The support of local and international groups whose thinking and actions were in concert with the SANASA vision was obtained as SANASA embarked on a sustainable development program that envisaged a balanced development of social, economic, and environmental spheres. There are, of course, landmark moments in this journey. In 1997, cooperators spread throughout the country mobilized 123 million rupees of capital to establish the SANASA Development Bank as a specialized bank registered with the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Not too long thereafter, the bank was adjudged the second best microfinance organization in the world. In just 20 years, the bank has expanded operations to all corners of the island and today boasts of 88 branches island-wide. The story of SANASA Insurance Company also begins with a humble initiative. This was in 1991. Dr. Kirivandeniya began this operation with just 7 death donation societies and an insurance premium of 5 rupees, covering just 100 people. Today, the company has assets worth 2 billion rupees and a life fund of 1 billion rupees. SANASA Insurance, which has 10% of the market share of life insurance policies, is clearly the most trusted risk manager as far as the rural people of Sri Lanka are concerned. The novel idea of weather insurance has secured for the company many accolades and awards between 2012 and 2015, including a prestigious award from Paris for innovative services. Similarly, the construction arm of the movement has played an admirable role in national drives in fast developing areas in the western province as well as areas previously affected by war or natural calamities. SANASA campus is the first green university in Asia dedicated to development studies. The SANASA Education Campus, set up in 1988 to meet the training and educational needs of the SANASA movement and later expanded to Trincomalee, Galle and Colombo, was upgraded in 2014 when the University Grants Commission and the Higher Education Ministry conferred upon it the right to award degrees. The campus offers degrees in planning, banking and finance, insurance and risk management. Obviously, the knowledge and experience of 4 decades of engagement in all spheres of development is part and parcel of curriculum and instruction. The purpose is simple: to generate graduates with practical knowledge of development in all its complexity, limitations and challenges, and most importantly, a sense of responsibility and belief in both self and the collective. The unprecedented success of the movement has naturally won SANASA numerous recognitions from the global cooperative movement. Over the past 4 decades, many such international organizations have partnered SANASA in various programs. Among them, ETIMOS, the Canadian Cooperative Association, DID, Microsave, and Rabobank. Even multilateral organizations such as the IMF, countries such as Canada, Australia, and Germany have added color and international flavor to the SANASA story. A voluntary organization, a civil society outfit, a cooperative, a banking system, whichever way you want to look at or define SANASA, it remains an entity that affirms at every turn the cooperative principles, focuses on the collective effort yielding benefit first to the member and then to the society and finally to the country. It is a movement and a mechanism, an idea and an ideology. It learns even as it teaches. It cuts across divisive identifiers and brings together people, recognizes diversity and celebrates and builds on commonalities. It stands on solid principles, but is ever ready to grapple with challenges and adapt to circumstances, and seeks always, to trust the strength of a people, a culture and a history in creating a better world and a sustainable nation. It is a movement. It does not stop.